Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and extremely exciting news that we have for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on specifically the Nintendo Switch and on PC via Steam. Remember that PlayStation and Xbox players will now be getting access to this Sunbreak content for another few months. And today we're going to be going over the fact that we finally have an official confirmation release date window for specifically the 4th free title update. And more importantly, Capcom decided to officially tease the next mainline monster of this specific update. Remember that just about every single update, free title update that is, gets almost a mainline monster featured, teased, and essentially fully revealed right around the time that we can expect a brand new presentation. And this time is going to be no different. So originally they took to social media to pretty much provide a little bit of a thank you note to pretty much everyone who has been playing Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on, of course, Nintendo Switch and on PC. Their original post on social media mentions that what a year it's been for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Here's to closing out the great 2022 and to the hunts to come in the new year. Thank you, hunters. And they attached a quick little bit of a trailer, kind of like a compacted version of plenty of the trailers that we have seen already. They mentioned the release date of June 30th for base Monster Hunter Rise. They kind of gloss over the first, second, and third free title updates as they kind of put together just the featured monsters for each one of those updates. They even talk about the showcase, that is, the Anomaly Investigation 7, I believe. Those would be the 7 monsters. The Risen, Chameleos, the weapon upgrades, the paid DLC, all of those things that we've kind of already seen and be added in the last 3 free title updates. And they close out their little trailer video with a next up in 2023. And they showcase the roadmap for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, something that we've already seen since the last free title update. What we do end up seeing though is a quick shift from not just the outline appearing in the 4th free title update window where there used to be just a normal question mark. Now we see an outline of a monster, which we're going to be talking about in just a second. Clarified on the bottom, of course, that there is a returning Elder Dragon with powered up monster. And then on top of it, where it gives us the window of expectation, now it officially states February for the 4th free title update. So there's a lot of things to go over here because first and foremost, this is something that I've been talking about multiple times. We're not going to get into data mines. We're not going to get into, stuff that's already found in game files. We're not going to be discussing any of that here. But one of the things that I have been discussing since I put out my 13 event quest videos that we do know are going to be part of the 3rd free title update. There's 13 quests in total. One of the things that I spoke about multiple times was that every single event quest, if they were going to be giving us 1 event quest per week, every single event quest would basically line up all the way to the end of February. If they just give us 1 or 2 weeks where we end up getting 2 event quests per week, then it ultimately lines up to the 3rd or 4th or maybe even the 2nd week of February. So that is the expected window that I suggested when I put out that video about 3 weeks ago or so. A lot of people pushed back and said maybe there would be a chance where Capcom decides to drop 2 event quests per week for multiple weeks, so that would be somewhere around 4 to 5 weeks. So it all lines up, so the end of January would be the 4th free title update window release. But of course now we know that's not the case. So pretty much what we can expect now is that last week we ended up getting 2 event quests. Probably this week we end up getting 2 event quests. And then going forward, we're just going to end up getting 1 event quest per week. That lines us up perfectly to a February 4th free title update release. So that is one of the things that I suggested originally. That seems to be what is going to end up materializing based on Capcom's now official confirmation that in February we're getting that free title update. Now, as far as that outline or suggested monster that they're teasing us with, I've seen a lot of people already automatically jump into the Amatsu train. Amatsu was most recently teased, or at the very least suggestedly teased, by Capcom in a couple of concept art images. A lot of people have suggested because of data mines and stuff like that. We're not going to get into that here. That's not what this video is about. But of course, Amatsu has been rather a popular monster that people are expecting. I'm gonna not try to crush anyone's expectations for Amatsu, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be Velkhana. That is what we are looking at here being outlined or teased in this specific image. A lot of people have already seen suggesting that it could be something else, but I think if we look at it, the horn, the ice horn, if you will, looks a little bit shifted. Of course, this is most likely the image they're kind of teasing here. It's the official render of the monster. Remember that the renders get uploaded to the official website once the monster is revealed. So chances are what we are looking at here is the official render of Velkhana being outlined and of course hidden behind some sort of shadow, if you will. So you don't necessarily know what is going to be, but presumably for me, at the very least, we are looking here at the 4th free title update for Velkhana, because of course it also lines up with the returning Elder Dragon. Now we'll make this very clear, Amatsu also falls into the same category, so I'm not gonna flat out fully dismiss it, but I think if I had to put my money into one specific basket, I am gonna go with Velkhana for this one. Now, one of the things that they don't necessarily explain anything further on is the powered up monsters. We don't necessarily still know what that is going to mean. A lot of people have already suggested that this is just going to be more anomaly investigation tiers being added. I believe we have, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 monsters still not part of the anomaly investigation so far. So another tier wouldn't necessarily make sense for those specific monsters. I believe Violet Mitsutsune and Lucent Nargacuga are the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head. There might be one more. But yeah, Chaotic Gore Magala, I guess, would be the other one. Maybe Anomaly Investigation, Chaotic Gore Magala, which would make sense since Gore will be getting one, but, already got one, sorry. But, Shagaru will not get one. Shagaru will get a Risen version. We know that already. I guess I shouldn't be talking about leaks, but we already kind of know that. So, yeah, that is like what powered up monsters mean. We don't necessarily know. There will be other monsters, of course, showcased for this specific update, but of course, they're not teasing them just yet. So what did this ultimately mean for January? Well, again, more bunch of event quests, what we can expect. And at the beginning of February, presumably they are going to start talking about the upcoming event. There will be some sort of digital presentation early February, maybe even the 2nd week of February. And then probably by the 3rd week of February, of course, we can expect somewhere around the 20th, 25th, somewhere around that window. We'll be able to expect this final 4th free title, well, close to second to final 4th free title update to drop. Now, what does this mean for PlayStation and Xbox players who are just going to get their hands on base Monster Hunter Rise in January? Well, you're going to have to be waiting a while. One of the good things is that all the event quests is something that I'm going to be touching about relatively soon in another video. All the event quests are going to be available for base Rise the second you purchase Rise on PlayStation or Xbox. So you're not going to be missing out on anything right there. We're just going to have to wait and see what the time window is for the Sunbreak release on PlayStation. They said spring, but we don't necessarily know. Would they line it up for the 5th title update releasing on PC, Steam, and Nintendo Switch at the same time Sunbreak drops on PlayStation and Xbox? Maybe. They could choose to do that, but we don't necessarily know for now. But that's about all the information that I wanted to go over with you guys today. It's extremely exciting to finally see another monster teased. One that is going to be, I'm sure, a real delight for everyone to be able to play, especially if you didn't play Monster Hunter World. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.